Welcome back folks to a brand new video on Helldivers 2. I hope everyone is doing well and I hope everyone had a great weekend, and the major order planet WASAT is finally open for us. Also, tomorrow we should be seeing the patch update, and if we do you think it's going to be a huge file size, and what do you want to see in it? So hit that like and subscribe button for the future spreading of democracy. First of all, can we just say how fantastic WASAT looks? The green is just so vibrant and the hue it's giving off is great. Arrowhead really knocked this planet out of the park and I tip my hat to them. Now, for the past 3 days, Arrowhead have given us the instructions on which planets we need to liberate first and the fastest way to get ourselves to WASAT, and this is what I've been loving since they started incorporating these strategic guidance notes. As we're getting the visible supply lines in the next update, I cannot wait to see how the table looks with them. But the part I'm looking forward to the most is seeing the reactions of divers who don't use Helldivers.io and other third-party websites. I think they're going to go nuts for it, as it will give them more information on which planets to attack for the quickest route to the major order planet if it's greyed out. I do think they're going to go absolutely bonkers for this, and I cannot wait to see it. WASAT opened up for us yesterday evening, and we're currently heading very quickly towards the halfway point. We're already over 40%, which is crazy. At this point in time, we currently have 22,000 players on WASAT, and we're liberating between 3 and 3.5% every hour, with a completion time of 16.5 hours. If we continue to keep this pace up, we will have plenty of time to spare, but I do think we will see a dip in player count and completion times going up as it is Monday. People will be getting back to their weekly schedules of going to work, going to school, and other jobs. We also need to kill 30 enemies divers using the 120mm orbital barrage so we can get those 15 medals. So, go in there, get that stratagem, dive on down and just blow them to holy hell. Last night at the Xbox showcase, they gave the world the Black Ops 6 trailer, to which they showed something that they're calling Omni Movement, which they're saying is a brand new way of moving in video games. But I wish they said that this was just new to the COD franchise, as Omni Movement, as they're calling it, is in games and has been for quite a while. Max Payne, one game series that has used it for decades. John Woo's Stranglehold, another video game similar to Max Payne with the diving every single way, but we see it every single time we jump or go prone in Helldivers 2. As you can see here, we can aim in any direction while prone on the ground, and I absolutely love how this was just incorporated into Helldivers, as it gives you so many great ways to fire, but it also to a certain extent gives you cover. Now, let's talk about this week and what we got coming. It's going to be a busy week, divers, as Thursday is the new Viper Commandos Warbond, which I am actually really looking forward to this one, and many divers are. We also got a brand new jungle planet coming into the mix, which I just cannot wait to jump on down and explore. As I've said before, it's going to remind so many of us of being in Predator. But I do think this Warbond will be more polished than the other Warbonds we've had, and I hope the plan of having Warbonds spread out over the course to be a great thing, and not just for Arrowhead, but us also. On Friday, Twinbeard gave us a huge tease and telling us what will be happening with the brand new update. That we're going to have spawn rate and patrols reverted, we will be seeing visible supply lines and attack origins, and all in all, over 100 changes and fixes. This will be the biggest patch update we've had for Helldivers 2 since launch, and I can see it being around the 4 to 5 gigs in size. The last big update we had was in the mid 3 point something range, so I wouldn't be surprised if this one is going to be 4 to 5 gig. For the changes though, I do think we're going to see a lot of buffs for weapons, as this has been a constant talking point between developers and the community across all social platforms. Which is a great thing to see, as it gives the players some sort of acknowledgement that their point is getting across and that they're actually being heard by the developers of a game that they love. The known issues list, I do think this will more than likely become tiny after this update. We'll more than likely see the majority of things on there fixed, which is only a good thing, and it will help a lot of players in the issues that they have with the game. We're also getting invite-only lobbies. The super samples will now be available on level 6, so that's always a great thing to see. Now, if I could choose which weapons to be buffed or nerfed, I'd want the railgun to be reverted back to how it was at launch. I don't think we're going to get that, but that by there is just a pipe dream for me. Another buff I would like to see is to the assault rifles. I want to see better recoil control and more damage being dealt by them. Assault rifles need to have more damage than the submachine guns, as these two classes have the same amount of damage, and that is just ridiculous. But talking about the submachine guns, I would like them to see a little bit of a buff, but I would also like to see them move into the secondary weapon slot, along with the shotguns. I personally think the primary should be the assault rifle, marksman, or energy weapons, and having the sub, shotguns, and explosives being secondary. I do think this would be a better layout for the weapons. Speaking of shotguns, I do think we will see the Breaker Incendiary nerfed by quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something similar to what they did with the Eruptor and remove fire damage from your fellow divers, like how they got rid of the shrapnel from the Eruptor. I do think we will see some sort of change to ammo and our reserves for it. We've had a few patches in the past where ammo, for some unknown reason, didn't fill up our reserves and things like that. So maybe we get more ammo reserves in being buffed, who knows. One thing I do think we will see is the fix of the spear. This has been one of the biggest issues now that the community has had for such a long time. We even had the developers tell us that the patch for it was ready to go, and that was nearly a month ago. So the spear is definitely getting a fix with this update. Now, the next ones, I don't know where to think for it, and that is the stratagems being nerfed or buffed. Personally, I don't think we will see that many being changed, and if we do, it will more than likely be a few that don't really get used often. So those will be buffed so they can be like, oh, players can use them again, look what we've done with these. But for me, if I want to get a stratagem buffed, it would have to be the 500 kg bomb. That's only because I think if someone is dropping a 500 kilogram bomb from the distance of the ships to the ground, it's going to cause way more damage and the area should be way bigger. Hell, just make it our own personal hell bomb and make it bigger. That's what I want to see. I think that would be awesome. But let me know what you think about this, divers. Do you want to see nerfs, buffs? What are you hoping for? Let us know about this down below and keep spreading democracy.